Good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you're watching this transmission. It's I, Mike Martins, in the bathroom here in the hospital. The wife and daughter are sleeping, but I felt very compelled to do this video because it's actually a big deal. I've been looking over some numbers. I've had time to, in quiet time, downtime, read over a few graphs, read over a few analytics and whatnot, and just looking over the income to debt levels and stuff. And I've been kind of focusing and looking at Australia. I'm very intrigued with Australia now because they had their interest rate, to capita thing, the video that I did there. Sorry, I'm just tired, but I actually want to get this out there. They're thinking of cutting. I got the article right here. That Australia's per capita recession, interest rate cuts to the rescue. Here's a problem. Interest rates are already pretty low. They don't have too much aggregation to move around. And I've been looking at a bit of things, kind of doing a bit of research on the side, just for the sake of doing it. And I'm astonished. I believe, and you heard it here first on my channel, and I'm not doom and gloom or AMTV, I believe that even if interest rates would go to zero, Australia still can handle its debt load. You heard it here first. If rates go to zero, Australia is still in a heap of trouble. I can't believe the amount of debt load per household has. It's just phenomenal. If they're going to lower rates, it's not going to do anything. If anything, it'll kind of fuel up the housing crisis again. But I have a bad feeling that even if rates go to zero, affordability levels are just not there. So Australia's per capita recession, interest rate cuts to the rescue. So basically they're stealing your futures. They're indebting people even further, and they're stealing your futures and your kids' futures and your grandkids' futures. And when quantitative easing comes into play, QE for trash, it's a deception to make banks and banksters and big conglomerates and oligarchs rich. Get set for lower interest rates. This will be great news if you have a mortgage, terrific if you have a business, overdraft, and fantastic if you're a soon-to-be first home buyer looking to take advantage of the current lull in the housing market to step into the market. So they want to lower rates to try and stimulate the market and get more potential first-time home buyers back into the market. The key is first-time home buyers. Why is it first-time home buyers? Well, there's a huge oversupply of glut on the market of people that want to exit the market. So if people sell and don't come back into the market, it's pretty bad. It's just as bad as no one buying. So people need to buy and stay in the market. So they're trying to target first-time home buyers because that's where the money's at, right? It will not be good news if you're relying on interest income enhance your cash flow with terms deposit rates set to fall even further in response to lowering in official interest rates. Such in recent run of economic news that lower interest rates are almost inevitable over the next few months. Headlining the bad economic fact, the GDP per capita fell 0.1% in September quarter last year and fell further 0.2% in December this quarter. This heralded a per capita GDP recession for 2 consecutive quarters of decline. So the country's not profiting. Disorientedly, the per capita GDP recession may not end here given the way the March quarter kicked off with flat retail sales. Remember, guys, consumer confidence is down to some parts in English-speaking countries as far back as 1975. Flat retail sales, a slump in new business approvals, and weakness in various business surveys. In simple terms, the economy is in need of resurrection. It doesn't say resurrection, but it says something else. In the form of some policy stimulus to ensure it gets off the floor, can start to grow in strong and sustained pace. So they want to basically play with the numbers again. We've already built a phony market on the other market that crashed in 2006 and 7. America saw a bit of a crash, but the rest of the world just artificially lowered rates to basically bail out the banks and the banksters and the oligarchs. Low interest rates will see inflation higher, and if there isn't enough stimulus from lower interest rates, the RBA will get inflation back on target. Good luck with that. You have to burn more money. Burn the fiat. That's the only way to do it. Get rid of the cash. In addition, the overall weakness in the economy, house prices remain weak, and Australia wide are now around 10% lower in the late 2017 peak. The falls are larger than this in Darwin, Perth, and Sydney. As for a main financial asset for most. So again, Australia's backed off housing. Its economy is backed off housing, followed by construction. And I don't know if it's student loans or unsecured debt or auto loans comes next. I'm not sure. Australia isn't. So is Canada. So is a lot of countries. They're not investing in small and medium-sized business to help tax people's incomes to grow the public sector. They're not doing that, and that's become a big problem. So basically, it goes on to say the futures market is pricing in the official cash rate to fall 1% from its current 1.5%. This seems the bare minimum given the current performance of the economy and troublesome outlook for jobs and growth. It is possible, indeed increasingly likely, that official interest rates will fall between 1% in 2019 and 2020, especially if the economy remains sluggish and unemployment rate edges up. So I have a feeling, guys, that Australia is so long gone. And I've been following Australia since, man, I don't even remember now. Like 2012, 13. I got some old vintage videos that was sent to me from my channel that were deleted. You guys, I'm going to get them up for you guys. I'm going to start polishing them up and put them up for you guys to see. Guys, I believe in my heart of hearts, Australia is so far gone right now from some of the analytics and some of the graphs I've been looking at, some of the feedback I've been getting on the ground from people. I am so positive of this, and I'm so sure as my name. As sure as my name, I know that Australia couldn't survive. It's so long gone at 0% interest rates. It just can't do it anymore. I think they kicked the can down the road so far, and as sure as my name, I know that it's going to drive up the market slightly, just slightly, but then inflation's going to kick in, and they're going to be forced to raise rates. They have no choice unless they start destroying money and create a macro, some sort of a macro form to start eliminating the amount of cash that's out there. I don't think they can. I don't know how much cash is in circulation right now, and to create that leverage back into that plateau that they're looking for, they're not going to get that. So I think Australia is so far gone. Hand to God, I swear to you guys, I think even at 0% interest rates, it still can't survive. And with them trying to create these teaser loans and jumbo loans and all this other crap to get people into the market, I think it's going to get worse, guys. So they built a phony asset bubble on 2006, 2007. And then now they built a phony asset bubble now in 2019. First quarter of 2019, they're going to build another phony asset bubble. They're going to continuing to kick the can down the road, and I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. Guys, at 0%, you're still far gone. They got to go into negative interest rates to keep the country going. That's my daughter. I'm going to check on her. My wife's there with her right now, feeding her. Anyways, guys, I want to say thank you for watching. I want to say thank you for following my transmission. Look, there's toilet paper up there. Cool. Let me know what you guys think. I'd like to know. I am very concerned because for some reason, I think Australia is almost like the proving ground for all the English-speaking world. I think Australia's got more happening in an analytical and a financial sense than all the other English-speaking countries. Because the United States had a crash And condos in Miami went down to $30,000, 40,000. Houses went from 300,000 to 90,000. Okay, in 2007, I know because I was there. So you see these crashes happening. Okay, you get a huge gap. All right, you get this huge aggregation of a loss. But when we've never seen homes that are 2, 3 average family homes that went $2 million taking that much of a dive, what's going to happen? Because, okay, the average house in Miami went from 140, for example, benchmark price, to 320 in a matter of 2 years. Then it went back to less than 90,000 in 2007. But when homes keep kicking down, like, government intervention, propping up the market, lowering interest rates, kicking that can down the road, first-time home buyers, interest-only mortgages, blah, 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 teaser mortgages, what do you think is going to happen? Australia is so far gone, they wouldn't survive at 0% rates. That's what I believe. Get this out there, guys. Share my videos. Let people know. I just believe, my heart of hearts, from what I'm seeing, that I've never seen numbers like this in my life. Let me know. Comment below.